If you really think about it, sleeping is just a daily biological shutdown that your body forces you to take, and you just have to trust that you will wake up from it.
It is interesting that we consider it normal to have a favorite color, even though colors are just different frequencies of light bouncing off objects into our eyes.
It is weird to realize that the only reason you know what you look like is because mirrors and cameras exist to show you. Otherwise, you would be a stranger to yourself. Your pet likely thinks you are an immortal being because you have looked exactly the same for their entire life, while they have aged rapidly from a baby to an adult. It is interesting that we say after dark, even though it is actually just after light leaves the sky, because darkness is the default state of the universe without a sun. You are constantly trading your limited life energy for money at a job, hoping you have enough life left at the end to actually spend the money on something fun. You rely on traffic lights to communicate with thousands of strangers, trusting that they all agree that red means stop and green means go.
If you really sit down and think about it, we plug our phones into the wall to recharge them at night, and then we get into bed to recharge ourselves, so we are basically the same.
Your pillow is technically just a sack filled with soft material that you use to prop up your head so your neck doesn't snap while you are unconscious. Have you noticed that your brain treats autocorrect mistakes in a text message as personal attacks on your intelligence rather than just simple software errors trying to help? You rely on traffic lights to communicate with thousands of strangers, trusting that they all agree that red means stop and green means go. It is funny that we whisper apologies to furniture we bump into in the dark, but we often walk right past actual human beings without saying a single word to them. If you think about it, headphones are essentially just privacy curtains for your ears that signal to the rest of the world that you are currently unavailable for conversation. Technically, crying is your eyes leaking salt water because your brain is overwhelmed by emotion and needs to release the pressure physically. If you really think about it, a shoe is just a portable piece of comfortable floor that you strap to your feet so you can walk on uncomfortable ground. You are the main character of your own life story, but it is humbling to realize you are just a background extra in the movie of every single stranger you pass today. It is interesting that we consider it normal to wear sunglasses, which are basically tinted windows for your face that let you hide your eyes.
If you really think about it, a belt is just a safety device that prevents your pants from surrendering to gravity and falling down to your ankles in public.
Technically, the moon is just a giant rock that reflects the sun's light onto us at night, acting like a cosmic nightlight for the dark side of the Earth. It is funny that we instinctively lower the music volume in the car when we are looking for a parking spot, as if making it quieter will help us see better. It is strange that we say, "Watch your step," when walking, even though looking at your feet usually makes you more likely to trip. You rely on gravity to keep your coffee in the cup instead of floating away into the air, but you never really appreciate how convenient that physics law is. It is strange that we say baking cookies, but cooking bacon, even though the processes seem like they should be named the other way around. You probably trust the printed expiration date on a carton of milk significantly more than you trust your own biological instincts about whether people are telling you the truth.
It is weird that we say someone is glued to their phone, but if they were actually glued to it, they would probably be more productive because they couldn't put it down.
Technically, the moon is just a giant rock that reflects the sun's light onto us at night, acting like a cosmic nightlight for the dark side of the Earth. It is weird that we put cases on our expensive phones to protect them, effectively hiding the beautiful design we paid extra money for behind a piece of cheap plastic or rubber. Your brain ignores the feeling of your clothes touching your skin until you actively think about it. Otherwise, you would be constantly distracted by the sensation of fabric.